Hello, hello everybody on the chat. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. Did you
Hi.
miss me?
Oh, Lisa, Jasper missed you so much, and so did I. Yes, we did. And yeah, how was your trip? Was it nice going home? Like, what? How was it?
It was good. It was a lot of just hanging out because my sister and brother were working, and in Panama they only really have AC units in the rooms, so it was more about just being in the room kind of thing, So went to beautiful Paradise Island, and um, that was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it was wonderful to really get to spend some time with my sister and just really enjoy ourselves. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
beautiful.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the shows you did with Zan
Sandy,
and
yeah.
Sandy.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was it was awesome. It was awesome. I really enjoyed learning about um, what different things mean, and it was really a learning experience for me for sure.
Oh, that's so good. And Sandy was very brave because she'd always resisted coming on with me. I'd asked her a few times, and then her kids harassed her to do it, and her husband harassed her to do it. And I said, I had a vision of you doing it. She went, no, I better do it then. So she was really brave, and she's very, very good at dreams. And yeah, so it was actually fun. So yeah, thanks to everyone that popped on and was sharing dreams, because it's so intriguing, isn't it? Our subconscious world and what
It is.
happens when we're sleeping. Oh,
It is. And I was wondering what if so I didn't see you guys, and maybe this is something you can do in the future, is to address dreams that could be um, uh, abduction, alien abduction,
yeah.
or how do we distinguish between uh, a real a
Yes.
real encounter and a dream?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I think we hadn't, because there were so many dreams that came through, we didn't have time. No one really asked that, I think. But so we didn't really look at that. But it's interesting because I used to share a house years ago, like I was in my 20s, with a friend of mine. And one morning I went into, and she'd seen a UFO. She'd been driving out in the farmland right out in South Australia. And this UFO came and was flying right next to her car. Like she was going, everything, car stopped, it went black, this UFO's there, and she's just going, she's on her own in the middle of nowhere going, oh my gosh. And she said that it took off and she could drive again. But she said after that, really weird things happening. She started seeing little beings in at the bottom of her bed, in her room. And I went in one morning to say good morning to her, and she was upside down on the bed with her nightie on backwards. And she went, something happened last night. And I went, oh,
Mm-hmm.
it sure did. I knew. So she actually put it in, she documented it all and sent it into the UFO thing that we've got here in Australia. But I don't know if anything came of it. But yeah, so I personally have lived with someone that's gone through that.
Yeah, and doing the alien abduction hypnosis,
Mm,
when people would come to me with these dreams about little alien people in their dreams and stuff, I'd be like, that's not a dream, that's the real deal. So I just wanted to talk about like
mm,
those kind of
yeah.
dreams.
How do we know? How do we know? Yeah, what's when we're still connected from our silver cord, going off, having our beautiful experiences in other dimensions and worlds or whatever,
Hmm.
and being physically taken and then it being implanted, well, suppressing the memory. I read a quite an amazing book on it, and they used to use an owl. So there would this. I
Yes.
remember this. Yeah, this lady would say she sort of was driving at night again, and she said she looked up and there was an owl in front of her, and so she stopped the car. But that's what they do apparently, is they'll
Yes, they
use
do
an
use the
owl as
owl
a
a lot.
symbol.
Yes.
Yeah, which was fascinating. So look,
Yeah.
it is a great topic, and you know, I mean, I've also heard, and I don't know what your thoughts are on this, Elisa, but I've also heard that our soul agrees to have DNA taken or to have things done. I don't know if that's right or not, but I
Hmm.
mean,
Hmm.
so it's a
Yeah.
soul contract
Yeah.
almost to be almost like, because Earth's an experiment, it's like they literally, as a soul, you go, all right, look, I'll let you take a few eggs, or I'll let you check my DNA, or keep an eye on me, or whatever, over time, and see what's happening. So is that
Yeah.
something you've heard?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I had originally written a book about the hybrid program, because I wasn't sure if it was something that was purposefully done or agreed to in a contract or not agreed to in a contract. So that's always been really interesting to me, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, it's a huge topic. It's a massive topic, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I think it's definitely something we could look at.
Yes, for
And
sure.
get
For
people to
sure.
maybe give people notice, so they can then like look at, what experiences they've had, or if they've seen things or whatever. So yeah.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is I got hit with a huge like sickness when I got there to Panama, and it was really weird, because it was like my right ear was hurting, and my throat was hurting, and it was like my right side, and then like 2 days later it moved to my left, and I was like, wait, this isn't a cold. This is not a cold. A cold would not move from one side to the other. And so what I got was that I was there to heal the ancestors, just like I had healed the Mayan ancestors over there, that it was time for me to heal my physical ancestors here. But I am noticing that there's still this like coughing and this like mucus and phlegm that's still like wanting to come out in my throat. And Tarot by Janine was having the same issue. So I was like, wait a minute, I think there's something else here in addition to having to heal the ancestors, is these energies that are coming in that are hitting people with specific symptoms. So I wanted to put it out there to see if other people were having those symptoms of having to clear their throat and having this phlegm thing.
It's interesting, because I was saying my sister's just gone through that in Western Australia. My friend's husband is going through it right now. It's the throat. It's this, just feeling like rubbish. And I was just saying to Lisa before the show, guys, that I always touch the top of my head, because my crown is my giveaway to me. If there's a lot of energy coming in, I get a pre-warning. So the top of my head, from the middle right across to the left side, was really tender. So I know I'm going to be getting downloads and things are coming in. And sure enough, I'm sitting there trying to play pickleball. The next minute I'm getting this download and I'm going, oh, I'm so dizzy. This is crazy. And I had to lie down for 20 minutes. And then I got another one in the afternoon. And then my tenderness went away. So that's something you can all check for as well. Just check to see, because we often don't touch the top of our head unless we're brushing our hair or whatever.
Yeah.
And just see if it's tender, because if it is, you might find that you do start getting more of these energy downloads, and it's coming through the crown chakra. So for you, it sounds like if it went from your right side to your left side, it's a balancing. It's that androgyny, that really coming into that balance. And the heart, the chest and the throat, it's grief too. So it's actually releasing grief from the lungs. The heart's opening more. So, of course, we have to release that pain, and sometimes will come through physically as that coughing and that releasing through the lungs. So if you're dealing and healing and clearing with ancestry, then you're probably doing a lot of grief releasing.
Yes. That's kind of what I got to.
Yeah. So not being able to speak, the throat is actually our power center of communication and of manifestation. So when you're not able to speak, or you have a sore throat, noticing which side it is on as well can really be quite good at sort of determining what's going on. But yes, you're not alone. And this energy, this frequency, it's a vibration that's coming in is so powerful. A lot of people are clearing through the physical.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to put it out there because I want people to know, like, if they're going through this, like, they're not alone. And it is something that I think they're putting, with this solar flare that's supposed to last a while. That's not like a boom.
Right.
They're stretching it. So we're seeing these symptoms like out there, and I just want people to have awareness so they know that, they're not alone and that it's not a COVID or something like that,
No, exactly. And I just noticed Trigal Rice was saying that, yeah, she's had that head cold and sinuses. A really neat trick that not many people know, with when you get those sinuses, it can be really hard to clear them if they get infected. Sage tea inhalations are like magic. So you just use like half teaspoon to a teaspoon of sage tea in hot water, set yourself up with an inhalation and do that twice a day. And honestly, it will clear any sort of infection through that area and down into the throat. It's magic. So that's a good one to know if you're having sinus problems, which seems to be, I mean, I've even been sneezing and like a bit blocked for me as well. I don't tend to get sick per se, but I've noticed it and I'm going, oh, clearing.
Yeah.
Also, apparently sneezing is when your pineal gland is also releasing and opening. So that's another thing to be aware of as well. And we can get headaches with that because our pineal gland releases like a chrism oil as it's expanding and opening and being activated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So chrysalis, like a chrysalis, a chrism oil. So yeah, we can get headaches and we go, oh, why have I got these headaches? But it's this expansion and activation within the brain itself. So there's lots going on we don't know about because they've gone, oh, the pineal gland doesn't mean anything. They've always said that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Wow.
So
Amazing. All right. Well, very good. Very good. I wanted to start with the topic at hand, which is these in the US. I don't know if in Australia, they have these little round stickers they put on produce to tell you it's non-GMO, so non-genetically modified organism, and that it's not been genetically modified, and also the organic. So there's two different little round stickers that they put on the produce. Do you have that there?
Yeah, we've got about 4. I've actually got them on my phone. I've written them in as to so if they start with like an A, it means that they're natural, they haven't been tampered with. But I believe, my understanding is that in Australia we don't have GMO products per se, like they don't grow or produce GMO products. I've actually asked about this. So it's not been modified, but organic, yeah, they have an organic section where it's organic food. But then they'll say whether it's been kept in cold storage or whether it's been dipped in a chemical like to ripen or whatever. They'll have that on the number, and it's done by a letter as a prefix.
So you guys don't have seedless grapes, because seedless grapes are a GMO. They have to be genetically modified to exist.
Yeah, they usually are imported from the US.
So,
yeah. Okay. But I mean, I'll double check on that. But because I've rung and asked different places, different shops, and this and that. Can you tell me how I discern whether it's a GMO food or not? And they go, oh, we're not allowed to have GMO fruit and veg. Apparently, they can have it in foods, I think, but that are imported. But so let me double check on that. That's actually a really good one for me to recheck now. I mean, that was about 4 years ago I checked that, so it could have changed. So I'll pop that in here and I will check on that. So GMO, they were adamant that they didn't have, these places I rang, that they didn't use GMO fruit and veg.
So the question then is, are these stickers really real? Like if I am buying a non-GMO sticker food, is it really true that it's non-GMO, or is it just bullcrap? And and they're just trying to sell you something more expensive,
Yep.
And then after that, I would like to know if organic food really does make a difference in our diets. And
yeah, I can use some kinesiology with that as well, so we can look at percentages. Because here in Australia, someone can be certified organic. Their farm, their land can be certified organic. It's got to go through a lot of rigorous testing. But if they change it up, that's it. They've got that organic thing forever. And this is the problem, So when I get my fruit and veg, I try and get it at the markets, and I go to the same people that I've got to know over 2 years, and I buy it from them. Or if they haven't got what I want, I will get spray free. So that's how I tend to try and work with food.
Okay.
So what do you want me to ask first? whether it's true about the stickers
Yes.
there.
Yes. If these stickers are real or not, if they're just fakery.
Okay, let's just see. I know, because God, you look at everything else and you go, oh.
Well, I pay the high price, right, of buying non-GMO and organic stickers. So,
yeah, of course.
am I just wasting my money?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's just see. Are the stickers relatively honest? Don't know. We've got our devil card straight up. It's like, hey, yeah, no, so we've got our Page of Swords, and to me, there's always something. I'm not quite telling the truth. That's what I get from my Page of Swords, because it's telling a story, but it's, yeah. So look, some of them could be, but I feel it's been infiltrated. Got our Two of Swords. Yeah. Look, I was going to say before, you've got to use your intuition. I feel into it, and it's like I get drawn to whatever fruit it is that, is meant for me. And so, and bless your food. Honestly, at the end of the day, if we're blessing our food and asking for that highest vibration to actually nurture us, to replenish us, to make our souls vibrate. I've been doing it with my water here at home through the taps, and the chlorine smell has definitely gone down. I've been asking God to come through and bless my water and all the water that comes into the house and the water in Queensland. I'm just sort of trialing it. Definitely less chlorine smell in it. So it does work when we bless our food and water.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And damn, you know how much money I spend on organic food?
However, let's have a look and see. But organic food might be different. Like if the stickers might just be, you know what I mean? The organic, it may be different. We can ask specifically on the organic that they put out.
Right, but there's no way, if the sticker is a lie, there's no way to know if it really is organic or not.
So, yeah. It looks like the organic is a little bit different because the Emperor's cards come up. So it's almost like they can play with all the other stuff. But you think about it, people that are paying more money for the organic, they're the ones that usually ask the questions and want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like they'd get caught out. So that Five of Pentacles is about something that was bad, but, that needs to be changed. But I reckon they'd get caught out with that a little bit more. Page of Wands. So people are tending to take more action. So the Page of Wands is like something that it's small, but they know that they would get caught out more with the organic.
Okay, so you feel like the organic sticker itself, that one is real.
Well, it's more real than the others. You've got more chance of it being non-GMO. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but whereas with the others, like I said, we've got 4 or 5 different, Justice. See? So, yeah, with the others, there's 4 or 5 different arenas that they can play in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I can check with the kinesiology if you like. So let's say we'll look at specifically the organic food you buy. Let's do it for you, and then we can do a general. So if Elisa is tuning into herself, so if Elisa's buying organic food, what's the percentage of that? That is what we would call organic. So spray-free.
That's really organic.
Chemicals, that's really organic. So let's have a look and see. About 90%, Elisa.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually, for you, it's worthwhile. I'm just going to ask a question. Does belief system actually come into play that actually helps to then increase that? It does. So I'm buying organic, therefore that's better for my body. That's really powerful as well. Okay. So if there's anything in it, that will actually help to up the vibration because of the intention you're buying it with.
Okay.
So...
All right. So then if that's the case, is it really, because of the belief, is it helping me? Is it helping my health? Is it actually like, do I have less toxicity in my blood? Because I know Octavia told me that she went on this diet where it was only fruits and vegetables, and she had a blood test done and she had all this toxicity, and she was told it was because she was buying non-organic food. She then went and got organic food, and her blood completely changed, and it was
Yeah.
the toxicity had left the blood.
Yep. Yep. And she also might have been detoxing the first time when she got her blood checked. It could have been releasing from the fat cells, because that's where toxins are stored. That's why we put on weight a lot of the time, because we've got toxins and the body goes, oh, protect, protect. And it actually increases the fat cells. So, so she, maybe that could have been what it was too. But yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? So, yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, you know, that organic. If you're
Right.
And I mean, we can wash our fruit and veggie as well. I think you can use apple cider vinegar and bicarb soda together in water and soak them. There's things we can do to help if you can't get organic or know they're spray free, or growing your own, which is always a good option.
Yeah.
We can cleanse them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then let's ask about
Yep.
if it does make a difference to our health to eat
Okay.
organic food.
Okay. I'm getting straight away as well that our intention is huge and powerful. So if we can't get organic and we have to get something else, if we're going, oh, this is not actually going to, oh, I don't really know if I want to eat this. What are we doing? That's what we're putting into that food. That's the vibration we're putting in. But let's have a look and see if the organic is actually helping our health. Yeah, it's funny because exactly what I've just said, and I knew I had to say it before I pulled the cards. We've got the Five of Cups, which is, I can't get organic or whatever. So there's that grief, and then the mind play. So the Five of Swords is about that fighting within the mind. So the Five is about change. It's a lot of it's our intention as well. Yeah, Queen of Cups is, how do we feel about it? How do we actually feel about what we're eating? And this is why I bless everything. I just ask God, come through, bless my food, make it the highest vibration that's going to nurture me and rejuvenate my cells and be absorbed into my body. So Nine of Wands. So this has been a really long, hard road that we've all been on, right? Around trying to get good food. What's going to work for us? But at the end of the day, because this has been going on for so long now, the food's been played with, the air, everything. It's almost up to us to be the ones that change it for ourselves. And this is, I think, what we're learning is how powerful we are. Yeah, so strategy. Seven of Swords has come up. How are we going to change it? With our intention. That's often all it needs, is our heart and our intention. So that's what it's saying. It's almost like you could eat, I don't know, you could maybe eat dirt or
Regular
something.
food, yeah.
Regular food, and bless it and really know that that vibration is going through that beautiful food, and it's releasing any toxins, it's releasing anything.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So, but personally, I prefer the taste and whatever of the
That's
organic.
very true. The organic does taste way better.
Yeah,
way
and
better.
Especially if I'm growing my own tomatoes and stuff, oh my gosh, they're so juicy compared to, you know, things that you can get in shops.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
big.
The tomatoes here doesn't taste like anything. When I go to Europe, it's like the taste of the vegetables is such a huge difference.
I know. And because they're not grown in soil like before, you know, the soil, you'd have humus in the soil, there'd be carbon, there'd be all these amazing nutrients in the soil, but because the soil's been depleted, you know, and they're just using the superphosphates or whatever to grow stuff in now, it doesn't have the same nutrients in it.
Yeah.
Europe, God, Greece especially, Italy and Greece. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. I was impressed with the freshness of the food and the taste, and it's heaven to be a vegetarian in Europe for sure. It's a big difference to here.
Yeah, exactly. So,
big
and I just noticed something from Kathy Ashby. So, place of paper with the what does that say? Yeah, here we go. Yes,
528 hertz written on it.
Yeah.
Place your plate of food on top of the paper. Test the level of energy. But so Kathy is a big pendulum person, like huge pendulum person, and she uses it for everything. And this is definitely a good thing to do if it makes you feel more comfortable, more secure that you're eating something that's got the good energy.
Kathy, can I get you to do something? Instead of even writing it on a piece of paper and putting your food on it, can I get you to have the intention come from your heart, put your hands over the food, and like even have the intention of that vibration of the 528 hertz going into your food, and then test it afterwards and see if that actually works for us. Can you do that little research for us and get back to us with that one? Because it's the intention. I mean, writing down is powerful, but then so is also our intention.
The intention.
Yeah.
And so there's a video that I did with Octavia. It was a private session, and in there I had asked the Pleiadians, like, how do I start playing? They wanted me to start being more of a creator. I'm a big, huge fan of creating my reality, and the way they wanted me to do that was, one of them was to increase the alkalinity. Thank you. Of water, and change it, and then have a testing kit. There's a testing kit for that, and then test the water to show I actually changed the alkalinity. Can't say it, of the water. Another great idea was to grab a deck of cards and actually start saying what this card is going to be. This, like, you are the creator of the simulation. So you're saying, like, okay, this is going to be a 3 of diamonds or whatever. And I don't remember the exact words that she said, but in other words, just literally creating as you go. You're creating your reality with every thought, with every intention. And I forgot to actually forward that on my channel so people can see it.
So. It's so powerful. And so I've just noticed again, Kathy said yes, that she actually started by doing that, by doing the intention through that way, I think is what she was saying.
Yeah, she's saying the 528 thing is a lot quicker, though. I'm cheating. But that is a lot quicker.
But imagine, Kathy, okay, let's take it another step. This is exactly what Elisa was just talking about with that instant creation. Have an intention of when you click your fingers, that 528 comes through, and then test it. But just have that intention, set it up beforehand within yourself. So that means 528 going through into your food. So that's all you have to do. And then I want you to test it.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
Doing that to my food, like
this.
Done.
See, this is how we learn. It's through playing. And because I love shortcuts. I hate to say it, but I am a shortcut girl. So if I can get from here to here without having to go around here, I will go in and ask questions. How can I do this? What could be a quicker way to do this? How could I do this that still has the same result? I want to see Kathy.
Snap. So there's this saying in the US, I don't know, maybe in the whole world, and the kids, the younger generation are using it, and it's like, oh snap, like, oh cool, or oh, like, it's a great idea. And it's funny, like, this is like, oh snap. Like, oh my god,
snap.
Yeah.
All right, I reckon we should all try it for the next, till we have our next session here, and see what happens. But make the intention before, so okay, every time I bless and water, it's with love and gratitude, and just raising the vibration and releasing toxins, and hook it into that.
Yeah, because it's funny. I kind of sometimes forget to put my hands over my food, because it's like, I neutralize the food. I da 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 da. And sometimes I'm hungry. I'm like, screw that, I'm eating. But I like this. This is like, ding.
But it's really raised the vibration. I don't know if you can feel it, but it's just shifted everything a little bit, hasn't it? So
absolutely.
So this is cool.
Yeah.
So there we go. This is fun. Snap. People will think we're cray-cray. We'll be walking around doing this everywhere. But
snapping at the water, snapping at the food,
snapping at Jasper. Funny. But I remember I often will still do this, where I write love and gratitude to all water, and I stick it on my water bottle, because in Australia it's quite hot, so I tend to carry a water bottle, like a stainless steel, everywhere. And I took it over to, I think we're in the US, but there was UK girls at this conference we were at, And they were going, what's that you're carrying around? And so I was just playing with them going, oh, it could be anything in here. And then one of them said, let me tune into it. So, because it was a spiritual conference, and she tuned into it. She went, but there's elemental beings in here. There's undines in here, which are water spirits. There's fairies in here. I went, it's actually water. And I do a blessing on it. And she went, she could feel the life force within that water just from doing that on the side of a bottle.
Well, I wrote like love at the bottom of my bottle. This is a new one. I haven't done it yet, but I had written love underneath it. So it's just already there. Like I don't even have to do anything to it. It's just already has the love vibration to it.
Yeah. So love and gratitude, as we know,
Thank
that's what
you.
Dr. Emosi, whatever his name is. Yeah. Isuru Moto. He said they're the best words for getting the highest frequency. So if you do it to all water, you're also doing it for yourself, because we're 70-80% water. And the oceans, it affects everything. So it's a great idea, just writing it directly on there. I hadn't thought of that. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna write snap on the bottom of it.
Snap.
Snap.
Oh, snap. Oh, I love it. Okay, so did I answer Kathy's question, or no, it was about the higher self. Let me look it up. She was asking if we have more than one higher self. Let's see. Do we have more than one higher self? A friend said we have several higher selves and can remove one or the other if you need to. Okay, I don't resonate. I don't resonate, but it could also mean how the person meant for the higher self to be. Like, it could be like, how we're different ETs and like different
aspects.
So I think they're thinking the different aspects, but to me, it's one specific like higher self that is programming this reality.
Yeah. Do you want me to check in with Jasper on this one? He will show me like a nice way to be able to put it through if I tune through. So Jasper.
Yeah.
He's just going, it's all connected. We're all connected. We're all one. Nothing is separate, is what he's showing me. He says, however, there's more intention coming through when we're experiencing as a spark.
So, okay, but who is programming the simulation for yourself, for each person?
He said we are. So like we are that. So everything is connected. So that essence within us is let's do it as if it's physical and linear, is the higher self, is the oversoul, is everything. It's all one energy that has a different focus, is how he's trying to explain it and show it to me.
Right. So for each person, we have a different simulation program.
Yep.
Right.
Our soul has a different template.
Yes. So who's picking that? Who's writing that simulation, that program for that one specific person?
He said we are, because because it's so hard. Like we all, let's say Jasper's source. Jasper's all that is everything. Yeah. And then a little sparks fly out of Jasper's head. Sorry, Jasper. And go off and have experiences and feel through emotions, or they feel through a mental plane or whatever it is. Then they've got this little library of their own. So their soul goes, oh, I've already done that. I'm going to imprint to do this and this. And then I'm going over here. That can all be happening simultaneously from just one spark. So this is where to me, it's the source. It's that original spark that is then, to me, overseeing everything. So, and it's interesting because with this vibration that's now coming through, I was talking to a friend of mine that's so incredibly gifted at being able to see and interpret and feel what's going on. We're no longer per se rebirthing. We're actually creating new birth. So that source energy it's almost like now we actually are creating a new from within, whereas before it was a rebirth going through this rebirthing. It's different now. It's really hard to explain, but the vibration and frequency is so different. Okay. But it's still one being. Yeah.
So how would you answer this for Kathy then? Do we have more than one higher self? And the answer is no.
We are one. All is that oneness. It's just like a different expression of that aspect. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because that's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good question though, Kathy.
So here's one for you, Maree. How does someone connect with his or her oversoul?
So Maple Tree, hi. How I did it personally, I would just put myself into a beautiful, relaxed, meditative state, just going through my heart and just have the intention. I want to be able to, so I'm very visual. I want to be able to see or sense, my oversoul, and I would imagine it. So I'd imagine like this beautiful aspect of me that's sort of about a foot above my head in my physical reality. And then I would tune into it. And then what happened for me was I had all these little offshoots going off from my oversoul. And I realized that I was having many, many, many different experiences, because like I think I've told you this before. I saw myself as like a green octopus, and then I saw myself like this beautiful white being. I went, but that's me. I can feel me in these beings. So so go in, have the intention of wanting to connect to the oversoul. I find as well, when I'm getting big downloads or something's going on or I'm getting connected, my eyes go very bright. Like when I look in the mirror, my eyes are shining, like they're clear blue, they're clear white, they're just shining. And I know, I go, I'm really connected to my oversoul, something's coming through. So have an intention, make some space and time to sit and actually ask for that, and then just see what happens. That's what I did. So play. That's the best way to do it, Maple Tree.
Okay,
Be
very
very
good.
open-minded. Very
Yeah.
open-minded.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you do, Elisa? Have you ever done that?
Yeah. I used to teach people how to connect with their higher self with the hypnosis sessions. Yeah.
Of course.
That's what I would teach them to do. It's a lot easier when you're under hypnosis.
Yeah.
When you sit down and you are asking questions and you allow for the answers to come through. You really just imagine the first thing that comes to mind. That's what I would tell my clients. Just what's the first thing that just popped in your head when you asked that question? And that's usually your higher self. And everybody loves to doubt, and everybody loves to say, well, how do I know that's me? My answer always was, does it matter? You get an answer. It was what does it hurt for you to believe what you just heard? What is your child going to die if you believe it? What horrific thing is going to happen if you believe this answer that you got? Just don't doubt, just believe. You just believe. It doesn't cost you anything to believe the answers that you receive. And the more you do it, the more answers you will receive and the more you trust. So
faith, that's exactly right. And it becomes a knowing. Like I just know when I'm communicating with source, with God, I know it. And it's like, and at the moment, because of this vibration, it just feels like it's surrounding me. It's like I'm in it. I'm in this beautiful plasma of vibration. That's how it's been feeling. And it's through my whole being, my whole body. Yeah. So, it's just trusting. And that word faith is spot on, Elisa.
Yeah. And I do have to say, when I do mushrooms, the doubt is completely gone. You are directly speaking to the higher self or the creator source, because you just feel it. You just know. The answers come to you, and they come to you clearly, and just it's really amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. So look, I know I went through a long time of discerning, going, is that just my ego brain? Is that really my higher self? So, it took me a little while, but once you've got it, you've got it. And I tell you, you don't get lied to. No matter how crazy I hear or I get told to do something, no matter how crazy, I trust it. And Clive's come to say hello to everyone.
Hi, Clive.
I've started him on a special oil, if you know what I mean. because he's got that FIV, which is like a feline AIDS, and he'll often have sneezing and low grade flu. He has been so much better just in the last 3 to 4 days. He doesn't smell. He used to always smell sick. He is just such a different cat. And he does zoomies now around the house again. And he used to get puffed out just doing one zoomie around the house. Now he's doing like 3 or 4 in and out, and he's not puffed. So pretty incredible. I'm really happy with the results.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So here Kathy was saying higher self, higher mind is one's consciousness awareness. There is only one consciousness, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Kathy, spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, Michelle wants to know, what can we tell her about the 55 portal and the eclipse tomorrow?
Yep, so it's for us today, Michelle. And I woke up and I was saying to Elisa, I felt like a truck had hit me. It's a big one, and it's in Scorpio, which is my sign if you're going to go with signs, but it's actually bringing up hidden, subconscious, hidden things, I guess, is probably a good way to put it. I don't know a lot about the 55 portal part. Maybe Elisa does, or someone else in the chat does, but all I know is that for people, it's definitely been deep subconscious bringing up. Apparently as well, this is the same time now as what happened in 2008. Now, we remember what happened in 2008, don't we, to the financial sector. This is the same time, but on steroids. So a lot going on. Yeah. So it's very subconscious. It's breaking down and revealing things to us. And it's in Scorpio. So that's about all I know, Michelle. Probably got better people here that do more astrology than me. I just know it's packing a punch, and it's a beautiful, the full moon should be for us tonight. It was nearly last night. I was watching it and tuning into it. So tune into it if you can. Really open up, be open to releasing deep subconscious, what's the word? Not blocks so much, but distortions. And letting them come out, giving them to the full moon, giving them to that energy that's coming through with it.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Maple Tree has a question about Jasper. So what does Jasper say about more than one mind someone have? More than one mind.
I mean, Maple Tree, are you talking about when we're talking inside our own head? Is that what you mean? Is that what you think she means, Elisa?
No, I think she's just talking about no, I don't know.
Maple Tree, you might need to just clarify on that for us, please. Just give us a little bit more information about where you're coming from and what it is you want Jasper to actually tune into. That'd be great.
Thank you. All right, Angel Lori, are we supposed to remove crystals from charging plates during this time?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm actually not sure. Do you know, Elisa? I can check with the kinesiology and see. So if you like.
Sure. Let's
just tune in. I hadn't actually thought of that.
I personally thought you don't have to charge crystals. So that's what I had heard. And I thought we had done a crystal show.
Yeah, we did do a crystal show. Let me just double check though, because I don't think we'd asked this one. So I'm just tuning in. So to the crystals, asking crystal energy. Jasper's just saying, why don't you ask me?
Good point. Good point.
Sorry, Jazzy, leaving the star out there, star of the show out there. Okay, I'm just going to tune in to Jazzy, Angel Laurie. Okay, so what he's saying is with the frequency that's here, they can actually recharge themselves. He's saying it used to be amethyst that actually could recharge itself and recharge and clear other crystals. And I'll ask him, like, Jasper, do you still like being put out in the full moon? He's saying, I can get that energy anywhere. I mean, it's nice. It's actually nice, though, to have all your crystals out, maybe to cleanse, to wash them, clean them, because they do collect dust. I mean, he gets dusty eyeballs. So I do have to sort of give him a clean out now and then too. So, you know, maybe it's just a great reminder for us to really care for our crystals by cleaning them off the dust. Anything that ends in ITE, don't put it underwater, whereas you can actually pop under running water, other crystals. But no, he was showing me, he says, we can get that frequency.
Right.
But it's nice to have attention and it's nice to be cared for. So that's what he's saying. So there you go. That's a great question, Angel Laurie.
Yeah, because my understanding was that crystals do not have to be charged and they do not have to be cleansed. They're just, they hold their own power.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I've been doing a crystal grid, I do tend to just run a little bit of white light through them because they could have taken on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, especially if they're like, Vogel wands or power things that I've been using, I do tend to just white light them. Just can clear them. It's like us, like white lighting us and white lighting our etheric field. Even though we can do that ourselves, it's really nice feeling to do that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. The next question from Christina. Similar to Maple Tree's question, what does Jasper think of the multiple personality disorder or having different voices in your head?
Okay, so Christina, if we're talking about multiple personalities, straight away I got the word psyche. So it's usually where there's a split or a trauma within the psyche and suppressed trauma within the brain, because if it's not brought through into I think it's the temporal lobe of the brain, then it can't be consciously worked through and emotionally released and all of that. So this is why people will just suddenly become like Jekyll and Hyde did, like that real personality split, doesn't remember what other aspects do. It's true personality, multiple personalities is quite rare, but then there's definitely personality splits, usually through trauma. I'll just tune in with, okay, and having different voices in the head. To me, this is when people can often be sensitive and psychic, and they're maybe it depends if they're in the lower astral, like fourth dimensional lower astral realm, then they can have like entities or beings that they're hearing and feeling, and they think it's themselves because, we haven't been brought up to understand our incredible gift of intuition and psychic clairvoyance or whatever. I know I was listening once to this beautiful shaman, and he was saying in their village, if children are showing these signs of, this personality disorders or different voices, they love it. They nurture them and they help them to come into a place where they're very safe with actually connecting, because they're saying they will become the shaman and healers of the village. And yet what do? We put them in mental hospitals and drug them up. So, this has been deliberate, but this will change as well. I'm getting goosebumps as I'm talking about this. Even as a young nurse, I remember seeing a young 15-year-old boy, because it does affect a lot of young males, teenagers, in the psych ward of the hospital. And I could see, because I was already quite clairvoyant, I could see the beings around him that they were telling him that he had paranoid schizophrenia. And I couldn't say anything back then, like would have been locked up myself. So it was, so this is what's been happening, Christina. So it can be either someone's connected into other realms, they're clairvoyant and they're hearing those voices, that's been then put down to a mental problem, or there's a split or a trauma in the psyche. I'm just going to tune in with Jasper and just see if there's anything else that we can talk about here. Yeah, he's saying it actually can be shifted with this beautiful, working with this frequency that's available to us now and bringing it up through the body. He's showing this gorgeous light coming up through the body. We can actually help to clear those distortions and traumas as well with energy work. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Fascinating.
All right. So here, Maple Tree is clearing the question.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking about not the psyche or that disease. I wanted to know if there are ETs have more than one mind.
If ETs have more than one mind.
Yeah.
You mean like a hive mind? Is that maybe what she's asking? Because I honestly, Maple Tree, I'm not sure that they do have more than one mind. If they're being controlled, it would be through like that connection, like an energy connection.
Mm-hmm.
Any help, Elisa, on what she's trying to ask? Sorry.
Yeah. No. Okay,
so Maple Tree, the only thing I can say is, hive mind, if they're being controlled through another being that can use telepathy or, do paralysis or whatever. That's the only thing I could maybe think of that you mean.
Or that disease. I wanted to know if there are ETs that have more than one in mind. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, it's connected to what he's showing me is if it's not directly connected in, then it's connected in through like a hive mind. Yeah. So that's what he's showing me. It's like a hive mind. So,
okay. Okay, so then they have access to all the minds in the hive, right? Yeah, it's a collective mind.
Yeah. Which is what they wanted to do with us.
Okay, so Angel Lori has to go to Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Is that place all negative ET tech and dark magic?
Oh, that's a good question. I know. We can tune in and see. I mean, I can use cards or I can tune in myself personally and get
use the cards. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, it's funny, Angel Laurie, because sometimes I'll get the hit where I have to go up and do some work over like particular dark magic places. But then when I was going through this realization that, of course, I've been that one that's done the dark magic, we've all been the opposite of, I had to actually go in with Merlin to it rather than stand above it. And I was just dropping love bombs and it would just blow the whole energy away. It's so powerful dropping love bombs. But I had to go in there and actually own it. It was fascinating. So let's have a look and see if there's a lot of negativity in that place energetically. Dark magic, yeah. Okay. Especially on certain dates, things happen, don't they? Let's just tune in and see.
Oh, Nell. Yeah, sorry, Nell. You did ask that and I forgot it was up there somewhere. We'll ask that next.
Guess what, Angel Laurie? I reckon it's been cleaned out. A lot of it has, because we've got our Queen of Wands, which is beautiful. This to me is intuition. This is pureness. This is action that's been taken. Then we've got our Justice card. Oh, and I'm getting goosebumps there. Something's been cleaned out from there. So I don't think it's like it was, is what the cards are saying. Seven of Pentacles. So there's been a lot of work. There was a lot planted that there's still things to be cleared, definitely. But I would say it's definitely been worked with. Yeah. So the Fool, something new. Yeah, there's like new beginnings going to be happening in Washington.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a whole new way of being there. So take your light and your love with you, Angel Laurie. Just ask your dragon to be with you as you're walking around because, we don't know what's going on. So if you've got your dragon there and your gargoyles there and you just choose to bring through light, you can do so much beautiful work as you're walking or being in that place.
Yeah.
Have that intention. We're powerful.
Absolutely. All right. Awesome. Okay. So I think you have to do kinesiology for this. What is the average people's frequency today, please?
All right. So we're going to have to look at this as a global consciousness with them, NPCs, everyone involved. Okay. Because this is where we're living. So let's just tune in. We'll do it out of 100%, maybe.
But she was told 500 hertz. Do we have a way to measure?
Yeah, we can measure. Okay, so let's just see. Yep, I can use hertz and we'll just see where it comes to. So it's about 550 at the moment is what came up. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
And with this new vibration coming in, like, man, it's just so powerful. And this is what I'm saying. We're now creating, not recreating and not rebirthing, completely creating. So never been done here on this earth plane before.
Really?
Yeah. Whole different, world.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. So yeah, definitely confirmation for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
But now things can change. like that. Snap. Things can just change.
I wonder if it has anything. I mean, it probably isn't connected, but I saw that silver. I don't know if you saw. Did you see silver today?
Yes.
I was
And
like, ah, here we go.
I know. So gold, I reckon once gold stabilizes over 2K US for a while, I think then everything's just going to go kapulka. Yeah, I mean, we can pull some cards on what's happening in the banking sector if you like. See
Yeah,
what's going to
sure.
happen,
Sure.
because it's pretty full on. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty full on.
but
Yeah,
it feels really exciting. I know it sounds terrible, but it feels exciting.
it is very exciting.
Okay, no, not that one. It wants to be, yeah, that one. Oh, Ace of Swords. Yep, everything with, oh my God, 10 of Pentacles.
Woo!
This is like, yeah, so silver, look, yeah, silver sword. Yeah, definitely. Page of Wands, but it's only just starting. The action's only just starting. It's just small steps, but yeah, King of Wands, it's under control. It's actually under good control.
Oh, so they've taken over then.
Yeah.
The good guys.
Yeah, to try and bring about more balance, because that Two of Wands is taking action to bring about balance for the world. There's no Tower card in there, so it's interesting. I mean, we can check. Okay, I'll check that. I'll see if what is maybe going on as far as, is it going to be still over a few weeks and months and whatever,
Yeah.
yeah. Because the Tower card doesn't come up very often, does it? It's only when it's, so if it's not coming up yet, then it may not be that time or moment where it's actually this big going on.
Yeah.
So that one in there wants to come out.
I wonder if we're in the Tower moment now.
Interesting.
So Christina wants to know, what do I mean by the silver? So the silver is silver. Like, so we've made investments where we took money and we bought silver, like actual physical silver that you can hold in your hand, silver. And silver has gone up. It's the highest I've seen it in years now, because it went up to 26. I know, isn't that crazy? Like,
we've got the Lovers card, so this is all being worked on together. It's all in working in conjunction, in balance. And then we've got again our Ace of Wands. The action that's been taken is for the highest good. And then we've got our Ten of Pentacles again. So look, who knows, at one stage, because they're still using the little mouse and the click on the computers, because it's still going through the comics, we know it's not true figures. However, one click and it could all just drop. But then once it's free of the comics, we'll see the true value. So, yeah, so interesting, isn't it? Because it's so interesting. I was going to sell a little bit of it. I haven't got much personal silver, but I was going to sell a little bit. And God kept going, no, wait. He said, you'll be fine. Just wait. I'm going, okay, when? And I was going, and I was getting next week, and I was going, and then it was like, no, wait till the week after. I'm going, okay, well, something's going to happen. So interesting, hey?
Yeah. Wow. So Nell says that we didn't say about the collective frequency, but that's what Maree read, right? Wasn't that the collective frequency was the 550?
Yeah, it was the hertz of them. I can check the percentage that are consciously collective frequency. Well, that was the collective frequency now.
That was the collective frequency. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, I've just double checked into that. Yeah, it's definitely the 550. I've just double checked it. So, and I'm just going to ask, will this actually change very rapidly? Within 3 weeks, apparently this will be like skyrocket. Yeah.
And so is 550 high, low? What is it?
Yeah, much higher than what it used to be. So anywhere from 80 to 100 was an average, like even 4 or 5 years ago. So this huge collective increase. Now, it could be that someone is holding a hertz of thousands. So that's actually then helping, raise the vibration of, 20,000 other people. So
Yeah.
it's not each person has that. This is like a bell curve where you've got like the thing going down the middle.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it's about the only way we can do it. It's really,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
changeable.
Yeah. So if you guys have a pendulum, you can get a pendulum chart. Let's see here. Let's see. There we go. Pendulum chart, and it has the numbers, and you can just measure your own frequency. So, yeah. So
And
that's
now,
something you
sorry.
can do.
Yeah, no, Nell said she thought it was for her. No, I did it as a collective consciousness. So yeah, do your own now and see what you get and just trust it. And don't judge yourselves or anyone, because we're all in this together. And this is the beautiful part of being a human, is we're all connected. We're all in this together. So and that's why we work on ourselves, to do the most we can do, to be the most expanded, connected, and carry a frequency that's going to help others.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
All right, guys, we are done for today. Thank you so much for coming and always talking to us and just being part of our tribe. And so grateful for you to be here and your questions. If I didn't ask your questions, don't forget to bring them next time. Maree and Jazzy, anything else?
No, just sending you all so much love. Stay calm, stay in your heart. If you're feeling a bit of pain on the top of your head or around your heart, just know you're actually shifting and releasing and going deeper, which means you're getting more expanded. So be kind to yourselves. You're very loved.
Yes, you are very loved.
So,
love you guys. See
right.
you on Monday next week.
Yeah. See you. Bye.
Bye.